This was not just about creating chances, it was about manipulating the defensive block. Throughout the match, the attacking team repeatedly forced the opposition to react first. Sometimes they shifted the block from side to side. Sometimes they used drop movement to pull defenders out of position. And sometimes they attacked the space behind the line with perfectly timed runs. Let's break it down. The first attacking pattern was not created through individual brilliance. Instead, it came from manipulating defensive attention. By combining positional rotations, ball-oriented movement, and a center-back's forward run, the attacking team created a free player inside the left half space and turned that advantage into a dangerous cutback opportunity. This sequence begins with a quick switch to the left side, taking advantage of the opponent's compact central structure. To draw the opposition further toward the ball, the midfielder drives inners with position. At the same time, the winger, who had initially occupied the inside position, drifts into the space vacated by the midfielder, disrupting another defender. A moment later, the center-back positioned near the middle of the penalty area also advances into the vacant left half space and occupies the space. As this happens, the defenders who have been pulled toward the left side become focused on the ball-carrying winger. As a result, they fail to track the center-back's forward run. The winger then finds the advancing center-back with a well-timed pass. With little defensive pressure, the center-back is able to enter the box and deliver a dangerous cutback to the attacker arriving centrally. The second attacking pattern was built around one simple principle: move the block first, then attack the space it leaves behind. By circulating position from side to side, the attacking team forced the opposition to shift across the pitch before exploiting the newly opened left flank to create a dangerous crossing opportunity. This sequence begins with the opposition block positioned toward the right side of the pitch. To shift the defensive structure, the attacking team circulates the ball from right to left through a series of short passes, gradually playing the block across. The ball is eventually delivered the left wing back near the touchline, creating 1v1 situation against the defender. Similar to the previous sequence, the wing back drives inside with the ball, attracting the defender before playing a backward pass. As the opposition steps forward to apply pressure, the receiver quickly exploits the newly created space on the left flank with a pass. A defender is positioned there completely free from defensive pressure. With time and space available, the defender advances forward and delivers an accurate cross toward the attacker, making a run into the six-yard box. The key to this attack was the manipulation of the defensive block. The circulation from right to left forced the opposition to shift toward the ball side. The wingback's inside dribble then attracted additional pressure and encouraged the defensive line to step forward. Once the pressure was triggered, the ball was recycled into the newly opened left flank, allowing a free player to deliver the decisive cross into the six-yard box. The third attacking pattern was built around coordinated movement against the high defensive line. Rather than attacking the space directly, the attacking team first manipulated the defensive structure. One player dropped toward the ball, another attacked the space behind the line, and together they created a passing lane needed for a decisive line-breaking pass. This sequence begins with the position maintaining a high defensive line. As the midfielder in possession carries the ball forward and attracts the pressure, a chain of coordinated movement begins. First, the winger drops deeper to pull a defender out of the defensive line. At the same time, another attacker makes a run in behind, stretching the defensive line and increasing the space between defenders. These two movements create a passing lane through the defensive structure, and the midfielder immediately recognizes the opportunity. He delivers a line-breaking pass toward the attacking runner, successfully finding him inside the penalty area with a single pass. Although two defenders quickly recover and apply pressure, the attacker manages to protect the ball and eventually finishes the move with a dangerous shot. The final attacking pattern was built around creating space through a depth run. The winger's diagonal movement into space behind the defense forced multiple defenders to focus on the ball side threat. As the defensive line collapsed toward the winger, the left half space became available, allowing the wingbacks to attack the space and arrive unmarked inside the box. This sequence begins when the ball carrier plays a pass to the left wingback positioned near the touchline. Immediately afterward, the left winger, who is positioned on the left side of the penalty area, makes a diagonal run into space behind the defense along the left flank, disrupting the defensive line. Recognizing the movement, the wingback quickly releases the ball into the winger's path. As the play develops, the attention and movement of the defenders naturally become focused on both the ball and the winger. Taking advantage of this, the wingback moves into the vacant left half space and makes a run into the penalty area. After attracting three defenders toward him, the winger delivers a perfectly timed cutback to the wingback, arriving inside the left half space. Receiving the ball in space, the wingback calmly finishes the move and completes the attack with a goal. The key to this attack was the winger's steps run. By attacking the space behind the defense, the winger attracted multiple defenders and shifted their attention toward the flank. This created free lane inside the left half space. Recognizing the opportunity, the wingback attacked the vacant space, received the cutback, and finished the move from an unmarked position. Throughout the match, Japan did not rely on a single attacking pattern. Instead, they repeatedly manipulated the position's defensive structure before attacking the space that appeared. Sometimes, they used positional rotations and forward runs to create free players inside the half space. Sometimes, they circulate possession from side to side to shift the defensive block and up on the flank. Against the high defensive line, they combine drop movement and depth runs to create line-breaking passing lanes. And when defenders focused on the threat behind the line, they exploit the vacant half space with perfectly timed supporting runs. Different attacking patterns, but every attack followed the same principle. First, force the defense to react. Then exploit the space created by the reaction. By constantly controlling the opposition's movement rather than attacking space directly, the attacking team repeatedly created dangerous situations and turned defensive reactions into attacking opportunities.